Welcome to Roaring Fork Wellness Weekly. I'm Kimberly. This episode is brought to you today by Glenwood Moms for Moms, a social network for local moms providing a gift for the motherhood journey through connection, information, support, and inspiration. Join for free today and spread the word to all your mom friends, from pregnancy to grandmotherhood. www.glenwoodmomsformoms.com. In our episode today, we'll be talking with a collection of people who have masterminded an upcoming series to help us get on track. Not just get on track, but stay on track and make some real integral changes in the way that we approach our goals and our health and our wellness, mind, body, and soul. So I encourage you to stick around as we chat with the folks with Masterminds for Wellness. First, let's check in with Randy and our Fit Tip of the Week.
This is Randy with this week's Fit Tip number 28. Make your exercise an active meditation.
So often I hear of folks who are concerned about their health. I mean, being in the fitness community and the wellness community, people come to me often with excuses and just concerns that they don't have the right knowledge, or they don't hold themselves accountable, or they don't have the tools they need to really get their life in balance, to feel like they're really healthy and well. And we're talking with some folks today who can help with that. I have with me Peter Goldstein here in the studio, and Rita Marsh, and Susanna Goldstein, right? Did I get all those names right?
Yes. Thank you.
And we're talking about Masterminds for Wellness. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
I'm just going to keep asking you because you guys are the experts. Make sure I get it all correct. And you're bringing, well, first of all, welcome to all of you.
Thank you.
And you're bringing a new program to the Valley and to some other parts of the country. We'll talk a little bit about that later on. But the program is Masterminds for Wellness in the Roaring Fork Valley. And this is a 6-month process.
Right.
Helping people really get a handle on their health and well-being. Is that sum it up correctly?
Sure. And even more than that, it's about our habits and shifting habits. So it is a 6-month program because we have our habits, and it takes a while to form them and get them deeper. And so we have the 6-month program where people are able to evaluate their habits and set achievable goals and shift their lifestyle. So this is all about shifting lifestyle in a holistic manner, nutritionally and emotionally and relationships and physically with exercise.
How did you come up with this program? I know you and I talked about this a few months back. You were really excited about getting it going. Where did it come from?
Well, actually the inspiration on it comes from Susanna, who's a health coach and nutrition coach. And one of the things that she really, really enjoyed doing is cooking parties. So she'd have a client, they'd design a theme and come up with a recipe for the client, and the client would then invite some of their friends, and they'd all get together and have fun cooking. So it could be a Mediterranean theme, and they'd do all kinds of great recipes from the Mediterranean region. And so that's really the formation on it. The inspiration came from the cooking parties. And so then we were looking at how to best package the cooking parties and started looking at different themes and started thinking about maybe focusing it into different areas of wellness and different health challenges. And then from there, and with Rita's inspiration and Susanna, we kept morphing. The concept kept morphing and came up with, well, cooking parties are great, and then bringing in other practitioners with their specialty and their expertise and their brilliance would definitely support people shifting in their wellness. And then on top of it, also the masterminding process to help shift those habits and make commitments that are easy to keep and that work and keep everybody moving.
It sounds like a really, I mean, it's maybe one of the first comprehensive programs that I've heard of that takes it to that accountability level and educates. You know, it's not just, you know, eat your vegetables and do some push-ups, but you're getting into the deep parts of the psyche.
Exactly, and that's what needs to happen. I mean, just going for a crash diet or a cold turkey process, it just doesn't work. Statistics show that people generally gain back all the weight they've lost on a diet, and usually at least 10% more. And that's because the core issues never get addressed, because it's never about shifting habits. It's always about giving things up. This is a process that we want to come to with support, with self-love, with empowerment, and move it all from that perspective.
Nice. So, Susanna, can you tell us a little bit about the cooking, since that's where it all started? How does that go, and what kind of responses do you get from people when they come join you for a cooking class?
Yeah, thank you, Kimberly. Well, the first thing is that most people come to the classes or the cooking events really wanting to participate. They consider it sort of like going to camp. You know, they go to camp and you don't know really who you're going to meet maybe, or what you're going to do, and everybody just kind of pulls together their energy. What happens is in the past is there probably was about 10 recipes and about 10 people, and so I would pair them up together. So each team, there'd be 5 teams, would have 2 recipes. This is pretty traditional. And it's not a matter of who can do what faster. It's a matter of collaboration and learning from each other. And then at the very end of the cooking party, you have a big feast, and you begin to talk about and taste different things and find out what was in each recipe. And it's a lot of fun. It's hands-on, and people really like that kind of learning process.
So about much more than the food, it sounds like.
Oh, it's much more than the food. It's really about the camaraderie and the teamwork and the support and sharing, and the conversations that go on are just wonderful. So it's a great way to explore. And there will be, throughout this program, 60 new recipes that participants will have the opportunity to share and taste, test, and come away with.
Sounds wonderful. I know that you're doing the parties as part of the program we're talking about today. Are you also going to continue to do those outside of that? Yes.
I've started working on...
I'm filing that away for my own personal use.
Yeah, I'm for hire. If you're not part of the program, I'm for hire, and we can develop a personal party for you as well.
Fantastic. So, Susanna and Peter, I don't know if we've outright said it, and people who know you know, but you are a couple, right?
Yes.
You come together. We have Rita here who's jumped on board. So, Rita, tell us a little bit about what you saw in what Peter and Susanna are developing that made you want to become involved.
Well, when I saw what was happening and I looked at the integral health model that we've used as a foundation for Davina Kent Center for Human Flourishing, I realized that this program plopped right into the model. And it also fits some initiatives that I've been following for a couple of years. One more than a couple of years, but the Live Well Colorado initiative, which you may have heard of, which Garfield County is one of the counties in the state that's participating in Live Well Colorado, and also Healthy People 2020, which is a federal program. Many of the initiatives of Healthy People 2020, this program M4W that we call it for short form, fits into that model too, meaning it addresses some of the really glaring health issues that this country is facing.
And I think that moving forward with the new Affordable Care Act, a lot of this stuff is going to be coming up, and people are going to be looking harder at addressing their own wellness issues.
Exactly, yes. So the timing on this program is wonderful, and it's just really exciting to be involved in it. And my work for years has been in education and self-empowerment, helping people find access to that healing capacity that they have within them. And this program provides people with fun, the tools, camaraderie, and information that can really help them make significant life shifts.
I know that you're interested, Rita, or you're helping with the programming and the development of this program, but you're also sort of one of the hosts, and I alluded to this earlier. So you're kind of hosting the Roaring Fork Valley, and Peter, you want to share with us where else this is going on so that we can understand how widespread it is?
Well, thank you. Yes, it is widespread, and the intention is to take it wide and take it everywhere. You know, according to the U.S. government, Centers for Disease Control, 133 million Americans are suffering from a chronic health disease such as obesity, diabetes, or some form of a heart condition. So this is really huge. And then other studies actually show that we can save as much as 50% of our health care costs with better nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if we have nutritional solutions, and this program will deliver this kind of solution for somebody who's involved with it and will carry on with it. But, for example, a heart bypass surgery is $100,000. And a lot of information, a lot of studies show that those kinds of conditions and challenges and pain can be avoided with good nutrition. And so it is potentially, and it will be a national program implemented in lots of different places. Currently, we're ready to launch a group in Salt Lake City in September, and Spokane probably in October, and on the Front Range, a couple of them in Boulder and Fort Collins and Lakewood. So, and working with other people who are interested in serving as local partners to help implement the curriculum and the vision and the program, because lots of people in wellness and practitioners really see the value of an integral health or holistic approach to wellness. And certainly just drinking some magic formula by a pharmaceutical company or crash diets and the different fads, they just don't have the long-term outcomes that we desire.
They really don't, and they've been around for centuries, and the problem is just continuing to grow.
It is.
Yeah, I agree. So shall we talk a little bit about the locals that are supporting the program, the professionals that are coming together to help walk you through this? Peter, you want to start us off on that path?
Well, sure, I'd be happy to, and Rita, love to have Rita be part of this. You know, with Davini Kent as the partner in this community, you know, Davini Kent's always looking to build community and wellness and looking to bring together the incredibly wonderful professionals that we have in this valley. I mean, this is an amazing community. The per capita incredibly talented wellness practitioners is just huge. And so we have some of them participating in this go around with the program, and we actually have 3 different doctors, and Dr. Greg Feinsinger, who heads up the prevention unit at the Glenwood Medical Center. He totally understands the importance of a good diet, of eating healthy food, and the savings and preventing heart failure and diabetes. And you know what? Actually, I would love for Rita to talk about some of the other practitioners that we have involved here.
Great.
Thanks a lot, Peter. Yes, it's been great fun pointing Peter to the different talent that we have here in the Valley, and it almost seems that in the process we have 3 teams of people ready to go
Wonderful.
here. So first off, the session number 1, a keynote session, is mindfulness, and Cindy Solano is new here to the Valley. She does a mindfulness practice and energy medicine. She does Reiki and a number of other things, and one of her expertise is hand analysis, and she really is able to let people know a lot about themselves and a lot of their strengths and where their challenges might be, but she's going to be focusing on mindfulness. And then, as Peter said, Dr. Feinsinger is involved, and he's going to be his keynote session is shifting from the standard American diet, how we can become more aware of replacing foods that we maybe have living with for years, but shifting to a more healthy diet. And Dr. Lisa Fitzwilliams, who's a chiropractor here in Carbondale, she practices in functional medicine. She's going to be talking about cleansing and detoxification. And then physical fitness. We have a wonderful triathlon trainer, Helen McQueenie, who's going to be doing that session, keynote session. And for emotional fitness, we have John Robson, who is an integrative health specialist, and his specialty is in meta health. And then relationships, Kimberly Chenoweth, who is the founder of the Wholeness Project and has had a psychotherapy practice in the Valley for many years. Kimberly is going to be doing the relationships section. So those keynotes are once a month, and cooking parties, the fun parties that really cook, are once a month, and each month the first session that starts out is the mastermind process, and maybe Peter can speak to that.
Thank you, Rita. I'd love to. Yeah, so one of the umbrella concepts here for this whole program is masterminding. And masterminding is actually a concept that was coined by Napoleon Hill about 100 years ago. So back in the 1930s, Napoleon Hill was studying the most successful people of the times and writing about them. And one of the things that he discovered was that these most successful people, one of their practices is a masterminding process. So essentially what he was saying is that when 2 or more people come together on the same task, the solutions and the synergy between these people comes up with better solutions than any one person can on their own. So that's an umbrella concept for this project, and thereby the name. And it's an empowerment process. It's a responsibility process. It's a way of coming up with solutions and goals and accountability at a level that's very doable. So the goal here, the idea here is for us to get into habits to set goals that are reasonable and fun and easy to accomplish, so that in the 6-month process we help each other and hold each other accountable and make sure that we're setting reasonable goals. And we have a tendency of setting these huge goals that are unattainable and therefore assuring failure. So the process of masterminding is core here, and once a month we'll be meeting on the masterminding process. And actually we are really, really blessed, as I feel we are, with just so many other things in this program. But actually Gwen Garcelon is going to lead our masterminding process, and she's just absolutely brilliant about group dynamics and getting people to connect to their mission and to their hearts and to their wellness and better selves. And so with her guidance, everybody's going to get a chance to support each other and move forward towards success.
Fantastic. It sounds like such a great program. And it's probably a good thing that you have it spread out over 6 months, because it would be so much to take in all at one time.
Absolutely.
Susanna, I want to ask you, how do you feel about where things are now as opposed to where they were when this all started to broil?
Oh, well, it's come quite a long way from the beginning concepts, and it's quite a powerful program for participants to embark upon. And it is something that is, it gives participants a well-rounded program that through their commitment, this can support them in becoming happier and healthier.
Fantastic. Well, we're just about out of time. Peter, can you tell us how we can get more information if we decide we want to look into being involved?
Certainly. The process, we're interested in welcoming and excited to have people who want to shift their lives and their lifestyles. But we do have a process to apply. We need to make sure that everybody's committed to their better health and to supporting each other. We're building a group. It's a 6-month process where everybody's depending on each other's help. So we have an application process to ensure that somebody's committed. And there's 2 ways to get involved. One would be to go to the web page, which is RFV1, and that's for Roaring Fork Valley, and this is the first program, number 1, Masterminds, and that's plural, 4, and that's a numeral 4, wellness.com. The other way is to call me. I'm happy to take calls and talk to anybody about this who's interested. And my phone number is area code 216-956-7182. And I'll be happy to talk to you and answer questions about it and make sure that we have people who are qualified and enthusiastic and will support each other in this program.
Fantastic. And I'll put that information, both the website and Peter's phone number, if it's okay, on the show notes associated with Spreaker.com. So if you just go to Spreaker.com and search for Roaring Fork Wellness, you'll pull up that information.
Kimberly, can I say one thing?
Yes.
The first group is targeted for a September start date.
Oh, that's very important information. Mm-hmm. So we're looking for a group to get together in September.
Yes.
Very good. All right. Well, this has been fantastic, and I encourage you, if this has been of interest to you at all, that you go to the website and look through the information. There's a lot there, and if you still have questions about it, do contact Peter, because it's such a meaty program that I would really like you to dig into it and learn about it before you make up your mind. Yeah. Thank you all so much for sharing with us today.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gosh, there are so many talented folks in our valley, and we just had the opportunity to speak with 3 of them. And I encourage you to participate in their upcoming event and learn about some of the other resources. Also, there's plenty of upcoming events and activities surrounding wellness and health and just vitality and living coming up around the valley. There's almost always something going on. We encourage you to check out the event calendar at rfwellness.com. That's www.rfwellness.com, and just click on the little events tab there, and you'll see some other interesting things that are coming up that you might want to be a part of. Anything from yoga and Pilates to adventures in journaling and learning how that can benefit your health and well-being, to keynote speakers from around the world that are coming to or being broadcast here in the Valley, and green events. There's a lot of ways that you can get involved with your own personal health, the wellness of our community, and the wellness of the planet. So dive in wherever it makes sense for you. And I also want to lift up on roaringforkwellness.com the discussions page. If you go, again, to rfwellness.com, there's a discuss area. Just click on that tab, and that's an opportunity to ask your questions about any range of topics. There's some certain categories there, but just find the best one that fits for you, and I think there's a catch-all like miscellaneous or something like that. And if your question doesn't fit in the other categories, pop it in there. And then what we'll do is, if we get a question on the discuss page there that needs answering, we'll contact some of our member professionals and have them answer your question for you. So you can get your question answered not only from a credible resource, but a resource that's local here in the Valley that you could actually connect with and learn more from. So that's something we're really proud of providing to the Valley, and would really like to get everybody diving in and using, because I think that's something that that maybe will open some doors for all of us. I can't tell you how many times I've had a question. Yeah, I Google it, but getting the information from somebody you can actually connect with and work with, I think just provides that extra level of getting what you need. So there you go. I'm going to quit rambling on. I've had a fantastic time with you today, and really, really enjoyed the discussions with Peter and Susanna and Rita, and look forward to learning more about what they've got going on in the future. Thanks for listening, and I hope you'll tune in again next week to Roaring Fork Wellness Weekly. Have a great week.